The wildfires that roared through Shelburne County earlier this year has left 17 fishermen with close to $1 million in damage or lost fishing gear. For them, it's going to be a tough time getting ready for the fall lobster season. Dan Fleck is with the Brazil Rock Lobster Association. Sir, last time you and I spoke, the fires were still raging behind you. Thankfully, that is long gone, but obviously it's been a difficult time in your fishing community. Can you kind of draw a picture for us, bring us up to speed on how people are doing in that community?
Well, the trees and the bushes have greened up a little bit, but that's about the only good thing there. People are starting to recover and put their lives together, and they've assessed the losses they've had, you know, in their personal lives, their personal equipment, and their fishing equipment as well.
And so how would you, looking at that damage, how would you assess, you know, how much there was and what kind of impact that is having on their livelihoods?
Well, when we get down into the actual fire zone in ports of Gunning Cove, Ingomar, down in that area there, we have 17 fishermen who have lost, well, between $30,000 upwards $300,000 worth of fishing gear. And they're in a rush to try and get that gear put back together because time is progressing and the season's going to be starting in the fall, in late November, and they need to get that equipment replaced and together, and it's proving difficult.
Well, yeah, tell me about that. How are they doing in that regard?
Well, on August 26th, we're going to have a gear donation day in the community of Ingomar, where captains from other ports who have some good, clean, good quality fishing gear, if they're able to donate that to these captains and get those captains on the crew back on the water, that'd be great. It's not just lobster. There was all kinds of fishing gear lost. Herring, bluefin tuna, halibut gear, tubs of trawl, all kinds of gear like that, ropes, buoys, things like that. And the provincial government just announced yesterday, confirmed that they have a program available to give $2,500 to each of the affected captains, but that is proving woefully inadequate. You know, the math, you do the math when you look at you lose $300,000 worth of gear, and they offer you $2,500 to help you for this gear that was uninsured. Is I've been using the term woefully inadequate. It's definitely not in line what other groups have received when they've been in situations like this.
Yeah, and so how is that going over with the fishing, for people in the fishing community down there?
Well, the different emotions, you know, and when it's run from, you know, anger, denial, bargaining, acceptance, but the main one that they're saying is hurt. They feel let down and hurt that, you know, they've only been offered $2,500 to try and, you know, get their careers of themselves and their crews put back together. For $2,500 is just not suitable.
Could it be that some people will not be able to launch in the fall fishery, as you suggest there?
That is a possibility. I hate to think of that, you know, but we've heard, like, what are people going to do? You know, some people have, you know, they've commented they might have to sell out and divest themselves of these businesses that they have to, you know, support themselves, their families, their crews that fish with them, and the other shore-based operations that supply these communities down here. All of Nova Scotia relies on the fishing industry. It's the #1 industry in the province.
There is an issue around insurability of some equipment. Can you just explain to me why that's complicating things a little bit?
Well, I personally don't know of anyone who has a building large enough to store, you know, a few hundred fishing traps, ropes, buoys, swordfish gear, tuna gear, herring gear, nets, trawls, all of that stuff. And a lot of it's always been stored outside. And that equipment stored outside is uninsurable and is not covered by insurance. And we were contacted by the provincial government to see what they could do to help. And it was detailed to them that, you know, it would be a financial assistance would be required to get these people back up and running. And to say $2,500, that's just not cutting it. And we are dealing with our provincial and federal counterparts to see what other avenues are available or sources of financial assistance to these captains.
Well, we'll have to see how all of it plays out, and no doubt we'll be talking again before that fall lobster season. Dan Fleck, best of luck. Thank you very much.
Thank you, and we hope to see some folks in community of Ingomar, Shelburne County on August 26th. Thank you.